Usually, when a new off-plan project launches, investors expect to pay more than what they would pay for a ready product in the same vicinity, in the same locale. Why? Because with off-plan, you're not just buying an apartment. You're buying something beyond that. You're buying a product that's going to be brand new even 3 to 4 years down the line. A flexible payment plan that lets you spread your capital instead of locking it all upfront, and a chance to leverage future appreciation as the community matures. So you pay today's price for tomorrow's value. That's exactly why off plan almost always trades at a premium compared to ready stock. But what happens when that logic flips? Imagine a off plan product where the prices are at par or even lesser than similar ready products that are selling for in the same community. That's when an intelligent investor should pay more attention, because you are essentially locking in tomorrow's product at yesterday's price. And that's exactly happening with Vindera, the final cluster of the second phase of the value community by Emaar. In this video, I will break down the investment case of Vindera through the lens of a serious investor. So let's get into the video. Now, before understanding the product in detail, let's understand the surrounding, the connectivity, the locale. Because after all, it's yes, the quality of the development is one thing, the developer matters a lot, but then it also is important to understand how that particular development, how the particular master community is in line with the bigger vision, the greater vision of this city, how it is in line with, say, vision 2040 or the D33 agenda, how it is basically following the greater plan for this city, right? So now let's first of all understand the location of Valley as a community, and let's see why this product is so much of a hit, why this product is going to be a very good investment opportunity. And if you look at the Google map, so basically this is the map of Dubai. This is where the Valley community is located, right? And if you look at the road connectivity, this is Dubai Align Road, this is Expo Road, E77. So the Valley community is right at the intersection of Dubai Align Road and Expo Road. To give you some context, why these two roads matter. Now, Dubai Align Road recently saw an expansion of 2 billion dirhams of an investment to expand it up to a 6-lane highway by the government, right? So when the government invests in infrastructure, that tells something about the surrounding community, that because the government does not throw money anywhere they want, right? They have a proper plan and they invest accordingly. So this is one main thing. And more than this road itself, this whole corridor is important. This aligned, this E66 road corridor, we need to understand the importance of this whole corridor, right? The main problem with Dubai, if you have been to Dubai, you'd understand this, is because of this rapid population growth that's happening, the traffic condition is getting very worse, right? Of course, the government is taking a lot of initiatives to expand roads, build tunnels, and so on and so forth. This corridor is one such sustainable plan that the government is doing in order to spread the population across the city, right? Because so far the if you look at the development so far, this is where, over the past 15 20 years, this is where the development had happened along the Sheikh Zayed Road, and then it moved out to Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road, and then eventually it moved out towards Al Khail Road, right? So now all these areas are already, during peak hours, it's very congested. A lot of communities are being built, a lot of new master communities are being launched as well. So the government strategically planned to expand the population further inwards. As part of that, they developed the aligned road, and as part of that, Emaar, being Emaar, because always a developer in the caliber, in the scale of Emaar, they always go hand in hand with the government. They work with the government. They have information that we as public do not have access to in terms of what the government is planning. So government wanted Emaar to build a community here, and they built a community here, right? So that's basically the biggest story behind this, and that is already a huge success, which we will understand when we go through the numbers, the rental yields, the appreciation. Later in the video, we'll understand how it became a success, right? So this community is basically part of the success story, part of the expansion plans of the Dubai government as part of Vision 2040. That is what you need to understand. One more thing, we only spoke about the Align Road, right? So as I was saying, Align Road is connects to downtown, the future downtown, the Creek Tower, everything. Uh, Again, just to touch upon briefly, the travel time from Valley to any of these locations is going to be about 25 to 30 minutes, right? On the other side, if you understand this road, this is going to be E77 Expo Road, which directly connects you to the Expo and to the future world's largest airport, Al Maktoum Airport, right? So Expo City itself is, it's a game changer. Expo City is going to be a main business hub of Dubai, right? And Al Maktoum Airport, I don't think I need to talk anything, elaborate anything about Al Maktoum Airport. It is going to be at the center stage of Dubai, let's say in 5 to 7 years time, once the entire Dubai airport moves into Al Maktoum airport, right? So that is also a travel distance of around 25 to 30 minutes. Just to give a side note, if someone is thinking that 25 to 30 minutes, this seems a little very far away. 25 to 30 minutes, it's not a big time. If you compare to cities like Singapore, London, New York, right, where even 45 minutes to 1 hour is considered a normal travel distance, right? 30 minutes is a very normal time. Even during traffic condition, anywhere in, let's say, Al Khail Road, if you have to travel from point A to point B in Al Khail Road, you'll easily have to spend 30, 35, 40 minutes. So 30 minutes is a very convenient travel time, right? And also, no matter how much the development comes in these areas, right, which is definitely going to take some time, these roads are going to remain relatively less traffic congested because this network is already future proof. Expo Road E77 is also 7-lane highway. That was also master planned. That was also strategically planned, right? And Al Khail Road is again a 6-lane highway. So this network is going to be future proof. And basically, these two directions is where the city is moving, right? And the supporting infrastructure is supporting this growth, this movement. Emaar Valley is at the center of this development. That is what we need to understand. One last thing that I would like to highlight in this section, why Valley, right? Now, if you understand, now I'm sure you already know the importance of the Dubai Align Road Corridor, how much government has given importance, why it's what it is, right? Along this corridor, if you understand other competitor villa communities, townhouse communities, right? There's not many options available. In District 1, District 11, along this Maidan Horizon area, there are some options, but they are premium. They are premium priced, premium communities. It's not, it does not come under the category of 3 to 4 million dirham budget range of townhouses. They are premium, 7, 8, 9, 10 million plus, right? What else do we have? Actually, we don't have. Apart from this, we don't have any other affordable, or to that matter, any other townhouse community in along this road. Because if you look at this side, Dubai Creek, Al Jadaf, all these areas are predominantly apartments. If you come further down, if you look at Dubai Land Residence Complex, Silicon Oasis, Livan, all these areas, you only can find apartments, right? That too, currently they cater to a certain caliber of audience, certain caliber of inducers, right? So if you look at, apart from that, the next proper townhouse villa community is located in the valley, right? There are a few more to come. If you look at, you have Soba Elwood here. That's also a very, compared to valley, it's more priced and it's also premium high-end community. On this side, you have a land plot by Miras. They also would probably announce a new townhouse villa community very soon. That's also probably going to be at a higher price point than Emaar, right? This side we have Damak Hill. So again, that's not directly on the Dubai Line Road corridor, right? So, but definitely there is demand because this corridor is gaining a lot of traction because of this traffic condition and because of basically, it's very convenient location. And also, when we understand the community, we will understand how convenient, how much facilities the community has. After all, it's MR. When MR builds a community, they take everything into consideration, right? It always gains demand. So, for all these reasons, this is a very strategically placed investment opportunity that we are talking about today, right? Now, let's move further and let's understand a bit about the project, about the master plan, about the layouts, about the amenities, and what you can expect, right? This is the master plan for Emaar Valley. This is the Dubai Airline Road, right? So this is basically phase one, and this is phase two, right? Right. So uh, phase two was launched later. Phase one was already launched, and there are a few amenities in phase one. Like there's a nice golden beach here. There's a farmers market. There's a town center, kids there. Ample amenities in phase one, right? And the project that we are talking about today is located in phase two. Actually, I got this master plan from one of the previous launches that happened recently, Kaya, which was in phase one actually. Uh, the today's project is located at a much better placement in phase two, right? Vindera is located. This is the Vindera cluster, right? Now let's understand phase two a bit. Phase two boasts of 33 plus amenities, right? Including one of the biggest central parks Dubai has ever seen in a master plan community. 250,000 square meters big of a Central Park. Just for context, if you ever have been to Dubai Hills Estate, the Central Park of Dubai Hills Estate is around 180,000 square meters, right? And again, this cluster has five different themes: meadows, valley, greens, likewise, and also two schools and one hospital is expected to come into the community over the next 3 to 4 years. And I'm sure that's going to be of a very high caliber. And when that comes, the prices are definitely going to skyrocket. We have already seen that in Dubai's estate, right? Dubai's estate, you have King's College London, Hospital London, you have Gem School, and you have one more hospital, all of a very high caliber that match the you know kind of caliber of people that live in that community, right? I mean, after all, again, Semar and they pay very much attention to detail to all these matters. So that's some news about the community. Now, for us to just understand some of the amenities, again, Vindera is this cluster, and this is the area that is located right in front of the cluster. Right, if you understand the amenities, you have a lake here in front of the cluster. You have a lakeside pavilion, a large seating plaza, and a sunken lawn. There is a topographic play area here, and there's a nice river flowing around the community, right? This goes across the community, across this phase. So, and even in phase one, also that kind of a structure is there. So, okay, let's zoom in and look at some renders to see how this really looks, right? That is when you'll understand how it looks. Just look at this render. This is the lake, and these are the townhouses that you can see. Look at the greenery, look at the calmness, look at the peace of mind that you would get when you just walk around, have a just sit here and relax. So this is the atmosphere, this is the environment that you would get, and I'm sure you're gonna get a you know, at least exactly this or something better than this because it's Emaar. If you go to Dubai Hills Estate, if you go to any of their communities, recently built construction communities, you will understand what I'm talking about, right? They Emaar is very well known to build master communities, proper master communities with all amenities, schools, malls, hospitals, livable proper master communities, and that is exactly why all any MR community, any project of MR that is built up in a proper master community, if you buy in the right price, you are definitely going to see 2 3 folds of capital gains and significantly good decent rental income with a very high liquidity if you want resale, right? That's it. That's the reason. So this is how it's gonna feel. Let's just look at one more render. This is one more render. This is how the river is gonna look. You know, uh, I mean, just feel this nature. I mean, the bird noises and that breeze, right? How is it going? This calm and quiet environment. Does it look like a city in the Middle East? No, it does not, right? So that's what you are gonna get for a very affordable price point, which you are gonna understand. And this is an imagery render of the backyard of the townhouses, how they are gonna look like, right? Okay, now let's get into the floor plans. I will walk you through a 3 bedroom floor plan. If interested on a 4 bedroom, of course, we can discuss on a one-on-one. Because, as always say in my videos, I don't. I know when I talk about the project, about the floor plans, that's just to get an idea. I focus more on the investment aspect, why the macro aspect, how the particular investment opportunity connects to the macro picture, the bigger picture of Dubai. why it's a good investment. That is what I focus more on my videos. So I'll just walk you through the floor plans, a 3-bed floor plan. So first of all, the sizes are very spacious. You have an identifier. On the right hand, you have the powder room. You have maid's room with an attached washroom for the maid. You have a kitchen with a kitchen aisle, a massive dining area plus a living area, right? Altogether combined, this is going to be what, about 6-7 meters of length. And you have a backyard terrace, right? You have a laundry room as well here under the staircase. When you go to the first floor, you have all your bedrooms with ensuite washrooms, 2 bedrooms here, and the master bedroom with a walk-in closet. The master bedroom spans across the townhouse. Again, I mean, look at the size, 3.2 by 2.5. It's a very spacious master bathroom, walk-in wardrobe. So this is what you get for a 3 bedroom, right? Now this layout, all ensuite washrooms, is not something that's very much common with other competitors. I'm not talking about premium ones, but if you look at even a townhouse by Demac, uh, they have 2 bedrooms with common washroom, right? With a common washroom, and that was the case with previous earlier clusters of Emaar. So this cluster, even the size, if you look at 2,400 square foot of built up, which is a very spacious, decent square footage when it comes to the size, right? Just for comparison, if you understand one of the previous clusters, Eden, in the same community valley, let's just go through that floor plan. First of all, the size is around 1,930, 1,000, like below 2,000 square foot. That's the built up. You have a living and dining. You have the kitchen, open kitchen, powder room, maid's room with maid's washroom. Again, the sizes are smaller than what we saw in the newer one. When you go to the first floor, this is what I was talking about. You have the master bedroom with the master bathroom. Again, the size is small because in the newer one, the master bedroom spanned across this, like the whole width of the townhouse was taken for that master bedroom, right? But here that's not the case. And the other 2 bedrooms, this one and this one, there is a common bathroom shared. It's not ensuite, right? This is how the previous clusters were in Emaar. Even in other previous, like even if you look at Arabian ranches, even if you look at Dubai Hills, all these, most of these older townhouse communities, this is how the master plan was. And with the new one, Emaar is redefining the standards when it comes from the layout. And one more thing, a difference between the older cluster and the newer one is Eden and Nara and all the older clusters, most of them are 6 plexes, 8 plexes, or 10 plexes, right? It's not 4 plexes. So you have at least 6 townhouses here in one set. Versus the newer townhouse Vindera, even to that matter, Velora 1, 2, all these newer ones, recently launched ones, all have 4 plex setup, right? So that's also something good about the newer ones. And get this, the appreciation that these older townhouses, even with this layout, with this kind of like 6 plex, 8 plex, 10 plex setup, the kind of insane appreciation Eden was able to achieve over a period of just 5 years time. I mean, just imagine how much of appreciation the newer one is going to have over the next 5 to 7 years time. We will understand this in the next section. Now, these are some of the original sale prices of Eden back in 2020 when they were originally launched. 3 beds with a built up of almost 2,000 square foot has been trading at 1.2 million, between 650 and 700 dirhams per square foot. The same townhouse, if you look at the resale price, this is what it is reselling at the current market, 2.6, 2.5. I mean, it has gone up to 2.9 million, 2,950,000 for a 2,000 square feet 3-bed townhouse at the valley. I mean, people are not crazy to pay almost 3 million for a townhouse like this. There is a reason why they are doing that. 1,575 dirhams per square foot is what they have paid for a townhouse at the valley, right? Which some people, some speculators consider a very far location. There is a reason, there is demand. I mean, that is why. And I'm sure mostly this most likely would be an end user who want to live there once the property is ready, who paid this price and bought this townhouse, because valley is an end user product. End users love this product. The community end users love, because if I mean, If you have been to Dubai's estate, I'm sure you'd love Dubai's estate, the vibe, right? Valley is going to be much better. Dubai's estate, for context, has apartments and townhouses, 22,000 units of apartments and around 4,000 units of townhouses and villas. Versus Valley, it's only townhouses and villas, and the total number of units is going to be around somewhere around to 4,500 only. No apartments, right? So this is going to be much better community with much better, like much bigger green spaces, more amenities, a golden beach, and everything. So that is the reason why people are paying this, and people are even ready to pay even higher amounts if they are getting a better product, right? This is today's market rate. 4, 5, 6 years down the line, once this whole area, this whole corridor gains more traction, once the Dubai South Airport becomes functional, once all that becomes functional, this valley would become a more central location, right? With a fully fledged community, with a school, two hospitals, and all. People would pay double this price for the same layout, right? That is what's going to happen. Now let's move on. This is the situation for 4 beds. 1.5 million, somewhere around that was the initial launch price, and they are selling at 3.5, 3.6 million of a sale price. Again, 2,300 built up, much smaller, around 25% to 30% smaller than the product that we are talking about today, right? At a price of around 1,300 dirhams per square feet. So, how much are you getting today's product that we are talking about, Vindera? You are getting it at a price point of around 1,250, between 1,250 and 1,300, somewhere around that, right? I mean, if you, of course, if you are getting it at a first row, like directly facing the lake, that will be a bit high. Of course, that's justified. But then this is the general starting price, right? This is what I said at the beginning. You are getting a off-plan product, that too by a developer of the caliber of Emaar, at a price point that is lesser than what ready stock is trading at the same community. We just saw like 3 bed townhouses, right? They are trading at 1,400, 1,500 dirhams per square foot. Whereas you are getting a better product, better layout, around 25% to 30% bigger than the previous one. 4 plexes versus 8 plexes, 6 plexes, right? All on attached washrooms, better layout at a price point that is around 15 to 20% less than what you are getting in the ready market. So that's definitely a no-brainer investment opportunity for a savvy investor looking to make an investment. Right? If you're looking for an investment range of around 3 million, 3.1 million, then definitely this is something that you need to consider. So a 3 bed townhouse is starting at around 3.1 million, and a 4 bed townhouse is starting at around 4.2 million. Now, how much will that reach? Some may ask, right? 3.1 million, yes, it's very competitive when it comes to price per square foot. But will it appreciate further? That's a question that an investor could have in mind. Uh, See, if you look at the value community, at the beginning I was talking about the kind of developments that are happening. Appreciation happens in a very systematic, logical manner, right? When something big happens to the community, when something comes up in the community or in the surrounding, there is an appreciation every time of around 20-25%. What do I mean by big? Say, for example, when a big name school comes in, which is going to happen over the next 3 to 4 years, okay, and two hospitals are going to come, and more than 50, 60, 70% of these amenities that we were talking about is not yet ready. So every time an amenity, every time, let's say, the central park becomes fully functional, sports courts, and when these amenities become fully functional, and as and when people start moving into the community, right, this project, Vindera, is going to be handed over in 4 years, right? Over the next 4 years, how many clusters are going to be handed over, and how many people are going to move in to live in these clusters? Every time this happens, the likability for this product, the community, the word of mouth, the good word of mouth, the good reputation that gonna be built over this community is gonna increase. People are gonna talk. People are gonna talk to their friends about the community. People are going to invite their friends who are going to enjoy the amenities of this community, who are going to see how the community looks like. There's gonna be a lot of events happening in this community, and that is inherently by default gonna push the appreciation further, push the demand for this community further, which would in return make sure you are going to gain appreciation. Your price point is going to be pushed further up. Not to mention, once the Al Maktoum Airport is functional, right, which is going to be like in 4 5 years time, this community is going to be again. I mean, of course, there are options around that around Al Maktoum Airport for people to live in, but this is a very competitive price, right? This is going to also gain a lot of traction once that's there, right? So that's something that we need to understand. Just to give some context, if you understand one of the a very similar, like Dubai Hills Estate and Valley has a lot of similarities in terms of lifestyle, in terms of the amenities, the green areas and all. And of course, as I said, Valley is a bit modern. Like there's no apartments, it's only villas, so it's more exclusive than Dubai is. But there's similarities, right? Just to understand the price trajectory, where your townhouse Vindera is going to stand, let's say 5-7 years down the line. A close comparison would be if you understand Maple's townhouses, right? Not 100% identical. Again, even the layouts are like the newer one, Vindera, is much better than Maples. But just to give some context, if you understand Maples, what it has appreciated, then I'm sure you would be able to get an idea, rough idea of how much appreciation you can expect for Vindera. Of course, if you're interested, we can discuss in detail about this on one-on-one call. But just to give an idea, so this is how much Maples on average 4.95, 5.1 million is how much a three-bed maple is reselling at today's market, right? Which was originally launched at about 2.1, 2.2 million. At a price per square foot of almost 2,400 dirhams per square foot. That's a very big price that people are willing to pay for this. And this is going to further appreciate over the next 5, 6, 7 years because, of course, there is a population growth of around 150, 200,000 per year moving into Dubai, right? And of that, at least one fifth, one sixth of the people are capable of investments of this caliber moving in. People working in top positions moving in here, they are perfectly capable of purchasing or renting out a townhouse or villa of this caliber, right? Uh, so this is where we are heading. Okay, this is the investment opportunity that we are talking about today in terms of capital gains, capital appreciation. In terms of rental income, a Maples three-bed townhouse could easily trade at around 250,000 dirhams per year. These are some actual figures. Even it has even gone up to 290,000, right? And more or less of a similar trajectory can be expected in Vindera. I mean, if you look at the current figures, yes, it's standing at around 150,000 dirhams per year. That's what an Eden three-bed townhouse is trading at today. But that's not indicative of what you can expect for Vindera because, see, Eden, there's only one cluster ready, right? The real deal with this valley community is going to happen like 5-7 years later, or at least 3 to 4 years later, once the school, the mall, the town center, these parks, once these are functional. It will take some time, like say 5-7 years, around 5-7 years, it's going to be a fair expectation. That's where the real deal is, right? So this townhouse is going to be ready in 4 years, right? Let's say in 5 years down the line, you can expect a fairly expect around 250,000 of a rental income on your townhouse, which is going to be around, once minus the total acquisition cost minus the service charge, is going to stand about 7%. I mean, if you are interested in these numbers, we will have to sit and talk in detail about how a townhouse, a three-bed townhouse in Eden is going to catch up to 250,000, right? We can discuss about that in detail on a one-on-one call. And why am I talking about three beds more than four beds? Uh, my analysis suggests that three beds are more profitable than four beds. Okay, I have done a detailed analysis for that, which I'm happy to share on a one-on-one meeting if you're interested. Right, I don't want to go in detail about it because this video is going to be an overall overview of the project. So if I'm to go in detail into one particular aspect, it will take a lot of time of the video. So if you're interested, we can discuss about it. So yes, that's a bit about the project, about the community, about the location, this investment opportunity that we are talking about. And if you are interested, you are most welcome. We can have a chat about this. One more thing before I end the video. Investors, every investor is unique. Every investor is different, right? Every investor has their own set of preferences. So this particular investment opportunity would appeal to a certain type of investor. But if you are looking for a quick flip, if you are looking for a very high capital appreciation, if your strategy is different, then definitely there are various other opportunities. There are various other options that would cater to your requirements. Because after all, as I always see in my videos, Dubai real estate is booming right now. There's a lot of launches, and of course, you have to be very careful. Today's market is not what it was back in 2020, let's say 2021, 2022. Today, it's kind of reaching a mature stage, so you have to be very careful on what you choose when you invest. Otherwise, you might end up losing money, or you might end up not making money as much as you expected you would, right? So you have to be very careful. But still, there are opportunities. that would match your investment objectives, that would match what you are expecting to achieve, right? So if you feel like this is a jackpot for you, if you feel like this is definitely a no-brainer, then this is something you would consider. But if you feel like, no, I'm kind of okay, but what else is out there, I don't feel like this is exactly that's something that's gonna fit me, then definitely we can have a chat, and I'll be more than happy to discuss various other options, explain, analyze, and see what fits best for you. That being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope today's video was very helpful. Signing off until next time.